This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Okay. Hello, Charles.
Hello.
The first thing I want to ask you on this call is I need you to say that it's okay with you that we are recording this and that we will share it for learning purposes.
I am 100% okay with this being recorded and shared for learning purposes.
Perfect. Thank you.
General amusement, whatever purposes.
Okay. Well, it could end up on the site and yeah. I mean, hopefully, like I may later, because we're now ebbing onto close to 30 hours that we've recorded. And so we're thinking about, I'm thinking about putting it all on a flash drive for people who just want to like watch sessions online to see how to do it. And as we know now, COVID has just turned us topsy-turvy, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
So what do you want to work on today?
Well, today I want to work on, as far as in general, it's an area that I've worked on. I don't know, I've probably had a dozen or more hours of EPT on it, but it's still an area of concern is moving into creating a EPT as a business, as an actual independent.
Yes.
Especially with the way things have been recently. I've got time right now. Long story short, my work environment became really hostile, and I gave them a 30-day notice. And within 12 hours, they sent me an email saying, "Today's your last day. Don't worry about it." And
wow,
so
that's hostile.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so for people watching this, I'm just going to say that Charles is a well-trained EPT practitioner. He's also a therapist, a counselor, trained counselor, and he has a degree in that. And so he's been working a counselor job for longer than he wants. Is that a good way to say it?
Yes. Yep.
And yet EPT is something that he feels a lot of, like, it brings him a lot of satisfaction because people actually feel better and get better, and it's always a whole different walk than regular therapy.
Yes.
So at this point, you feel pushed, like I really need to get serious about doing a business.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you what, yeah, I've done some of these sessions with you, and this can happen. It's like, I want to ask, like, do you just feel like there's a block about having a business, or is it the overwhelm of the details of a business that involve taxes and paying, overhead and whatever?
Those are things that I have just like feelings of insecurity about. I've been, taking some online classes recently, and one of the big emphases is, or emphases, I don't know the plural of that. One of the things they they stress is stop worrying about step 12 if you're only on step 2. Just worry about doing the next thing.
Yep.
And I really feel like at this point, like all of the other stuff, like taxes and marketing and stuff like that, I know that I can figure all that stuff out. And if nothing else, I can find somebody who knows it and just, pay them to do it eventually.
Right. Or just find somebody in the EPT tribe and ask them how they're doing it.
I think the only block at this point is me, because I used to say, "Oh, well, I don't have startup capital, or I don't know about retail space, or I can't afford to pay rent where I live and rent for an office." Like, at this point, I really feel like all of that is those were just my excuses to not move forward. And I really feel like at this point, it's on me. I am the only thing standing in my way.
And you have no idea why you don't are you just not taking action?
Part of it is not taking action, and part of it is, I think, I don't know if it's necessarily inadequacy is the word. It might be.
Because you can actually be, courage is being inadequate and still taking action.
Yeah.
That's me. I can be inadequate and still take action. So, I mean, at the end of the day, taking action is what gets you there.
Yeah.
Like actually doing EPT, like actually talking to people about it, like actually saying, I have a business and I need your help.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
action. So that's why I'm asking, how are you about action? I mean, you're like guessing that I'm guessing you just don't take action.
The actions that I've taken haven't worked, I guess, the way that I was expecting them to. And that leaves me feeling like, well, it's sort of like, well, I tried and it didn't work. So I guess it just doesn't work for me. And then I'll try something again, and then it still doesn't quite work. Because
that's making a lot more sense to me now.
I
So
did like 30 Facebook Lives in 30 days, and every one had an invitation for people to contact me for EPT. And I had one person who asked about scheduling a consult, and then they did it with me, and that was it. Like it generated no clients at all.
So what was the 30 days again? It was
30 Facebook Lives in 30 days. So I took a topic that was, that people might struggle with, talk a little bit about it, and then let them know that EPT could help with it, and invite them to contact me.
Right. All right. So yeah, that I don't know. I don't know if that's the best. Even if I did that, I don't know if that would do anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I can't. So, I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I don't think it was because you weren't good at it. I think it might have just been not the best opportunity to create clients.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess. Not that, I mean, for some other business, that might be a great plan because a lot of people like to do that. The other thing that I want to throw out here for you just before I even get started, because I'm going to work on being able to take the action basically to be the EPT practitioner. That I am a professional EPT practitioner, and that's what I do, and that's what people pay me for. So to be able to take the action, I want to say this, one of the things that has done really good in the past for me, I changed it up though, and that is where I do the free consult.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have now changed that. Now I have you can get 45 minutes for $49.
Okay.
So I do a mini EPT session and they pay me.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not a free consult, which I picked 45 minutes because a lot of times my free consult that's 30 minutes goes into 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I will say this, most of those people convert when I did the free consult. I just was having like a lot of I thought, why would I do all these consults for free? I might as well charge a discounted fee so I can tell them, to get 45 minutes of EPT with me is over $200. So I'm going to let you take me for a ride for $49 and then you decide if this is what you want. So, oh, I got stuff coming into my screen. Okay, let's see here. So I'm just throwing that one out there, and I got little cards that say it's a VIP pass. So I call it a VIP pass. The other thing I do is I give that. I have people who come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I have a friend who needs to come see you, right? And I go, you know what? I've got a VIP pass. They can come do 45 minutes for $49 if they schedule in the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a time length on it. I write a time that it expires on a certain time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I mean, I'm throwing that one out there. I don't know what you charge per hour, but I have like I actually feel better about charging, giving them a very discounted rate and actually doing something valuable for them, like doing 45 minutes of EPT. So it becomes a mini session where they get to, I tell them a really brief description, and then I go, what do you want to work on? We do 45 minutes, and that's the end of it. And then they get the opportunity to decide to buy 7-session package.
Okay.
But if they don't, guess what? You didn't spend a half hour on Facebook doing a Facebook Live and not getting paid.
Right. Yeah.
You know, to
That sounds
try
really
to lure them in. So anyway, so that's an idea for you that might help people like pull the trigger, because a lot of people don't know enough about it to know how valuable it is until they experience a real session. So anyway, so that's my tip for what I have found most recently that I really love, that helps people. So, okay, we're going to do the taking action. If I had my little card, I would show you. It's really cute. I just got it on Vistaprint. I made a VIP card of, $49 for 45 minutes of EPT. Actual value is 200 and something, whatever my value is. All right, so we're going to start by, do you have magnets?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so I have fake magnets.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yay, Linda. There it is. There is my VIP pass.
Oh,
and
cool.
It says value is $240. On the back, it has what EPT is, and it has my little website, and it has an expiration date, expires on, that I can write on there. And it basically says it's a $240 value, includes a 45-minute EPT session, and identify and resolve the unresolved emotional conflicts that are keeping you from releasing physical and emotional hurt. And that's what it'll look. So it's pretty simple. And I write on the back the expiration date. So anyway, they're kind of fun. All right, so you're gonna put green on either side of your head, and we're gonna start by doing rapport. So breathe in and squeeze, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out, and breathe in. Breathe out. And then go to the front and the back, and breathe in, lifting headward, yeah, and then breathe out. And breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out. So on an EPT, doing EPT, most of the time we do this in person, and we use magnets. And magnets are really significant to speed things along. So for those of you who might be watching this who are wondering what's up, you will sometimes see some of these remote sessions and somebody doesn't have magnets. If somebody doesn't have magnets, I will still walk through using my hands and some points. But if I continue in a remote relationship with them, I'm going to ask them to buy some magnets to use. So Charles already has magnets because he's a practitioner. All right, so I'm going to start with, I'm going to say taking action on creating, on being, I want to say not creating, that's like another step. Being an EPT practitioner, you've already created that by going to training. You've got to be it. So taking action to be, 1, 2, 3, 4. So stage of healing is 4, and it's on taking action. How about on, I want to say stage of healing you're on, let's say you're in business and you have to pay taxes and you have to do all those little nitty details, and what stage of healing are you in there? You're right. You're okay with that stuff. You're on stage 6 there. It's the launching. It's the being that I'm going to identify as an EPT practitioner that the world needs. Yeah, so how many issues? 2. First one. And hopefully we'll get them both done in this one swoop. So first one, family, current, self. Self. And it is, think about yourself, grief, my grief, my grief, with self. When I take action and I am an EPT practitioner taking action as an EPT practitioner, my grief with myself. And do you know why? Because I haven't? What's your grief?
The first thing that comes to mind is that because I haven't done it sooner.
Oh man, welcome to my world. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say, yeah, when I take action, because I haven't done it sooner. That works. Yeah. Is there an earlier time? Yeah. Conception to birth, birth to 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 30, 21, age 21. What were you doing at 21?
At 21, I had come back from I wouldn't call it a failed mission trip,
Yeah.
but it didn't go anything like what I thought it was going to. I went down with specific intention and goals, and the group that I partnered with in the country that was local to there um, ended up being fraudulent,
Uh,
and um, and so like in the middle of it, I had to switch to like align myself with a completely different group to be able to accomplish anything. Um, yeah, the
so,
first people that I like really like fell in love with, it just ended up kind of being a sham.
wow. So when I take action, so this is age 21, I felt grief with myself because um, I haven't done it sooner doesn't really work there, does it?
Now,
How about it's too late? I missed my opportunity. Does that
well,
work?
when I was 21, that same year after I came back, I ended up going to college, which I had put off for the most part um, because of preparing to do the mission work, and
Yeah.
I missed out on a lot of scholarships that were only available for people coming right out of high school. So I don't know if that works more with the I
Yeah.
wish I did sooner.
So it's like I missed the opportunity or I
Mhm.
missed the best opportunity. I don't even know if it's best. I just missed opportunity because of this um, experience in the mission field, right? Okay, so I missed the opportunity. So you're living, the reason I don't take action is because why would I take action if the opportunity is in the past?
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
That it's like that I can't take action I because I missed the opportunity, so there's no point taking action. So I feel grief because I missed the opportunity at age 21 for um, for the money that would have come that I could have gotten to go to school, and for the time I missed the opportunity to start sooner because I went on this other path.
yeah.
All right, so I'm going to say grief. I'm going to say here because I went the wrong way. So that's why I missed the opportunity because I went the wrong way. All right, so grief. And I'm going to do the fix it green, green. So I need you to put North Pole green on your lung and then on your forehead. And then we're going to think about my grief at age 21 because because I went the wrong way. I missed the opportunities for extra money for school and the time I could have started sooner. And then breathe in and breathe out and breathe in, breathe out and breathe in, breathe out. Ooh, this is so nice. Okay, are there any other emotions? No, just one, grief. I know I have visited here with you before at a life work, so I kind of, yeah, I'm like, please, really, we've unpacked this before. All right, so I went the wrong way, and it's grief, and there's no other emotions. So phase one, guess what? Phase two. So you check out, phase two. So phase two trauma means that the way you coped was because these were nice people and you had gone through this weird thing it was just, I went the wrong way and I couldn't handle everything I was losing because I went the wrong way. So I just functionally disassociated.
Yep.
Because that makes you a really good, godly man. I mean, I'm a good person. Yeah. So I need you to, you can either hold, unless you have a hat like some of these fancy ladies do, you need like South Pole on either side of your head. And, you know, if you want to tap at the same time, it's really a way of just interrupting what the brain wants to do. The brain wants to just check out and disassociate. So while we're doing the statements, I'll be rubbing these points. And I also have a Qigong on my body, a sound machine, an infratonic, because I don't think anybody should do this kind of work remotely without something feeding them positively and affecting and endorsing their own energy field. All right. So you're going to like figure out how to get them up there without having to break your arms. Yeah. You know what? If while we're doing this, you get really tired, just honor that and go to another way of intervening on the head, just chopping your head, you know. So are you ready? This is like the craziest way. This is, yeah, I understand though, because it gets really tiresome to hold your hands up there.
This is it's cord that you would use to like tie a tent if you were camping. It's what
I
I'm
love
using.
it. I love it. And you know what? I love that your vulnerability to like look crazy with magnets on your head on a video recording. That's why I like when people had the baseball caps. They just stuff them in there. All right. And this will save you. This is great because what this will do is it'll stimulate your brain and your right left brain to have to pay attention instead of just going through the motions one more time while you're functionally disassociated and saying these forgiveness statements. So we want your brain to wake up, and that's why we've got these magnets assisting us in that electrical pulse. Perfect. You
Okay.
look adorable. You look adorable. Oh my goodness.
Like
All
I
right.
said, purpose entertainment, if that's what you want to use it for.
That's perfect. Yeah, I don't mind. It's like, it's lovely. So I need you to say, repeat after me. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
that I can't pick up I want to say, what do I want to say? The opportunity to live a passionate life and have a business.
that I can't pick up the opportunity to live a passionate life and have a business.
Doing EPT or counseling.
Doing EPT or counseling.
Without feeling the grief.
Without feeling the grief.
And remorse.
And remorse.
Because at age 21, I lost opportunity because I went the wrong way.
Because at age 21, I lost opportunity because I went the wrong way.
And then breathe. I forgive myself for believing because I went the wrong way.
Forgive myself for believing that because I went the wrong way.
I am not worthy of any more opportunities.
I'm not worthy of any more opportunities.
In fact, there are no more opportunities for me.
In fact, there are no more opportunities for me.
And it is ludicrous that I take action on an opportunity.
And it's ludicrous that I take action on an opportunity.
Because I don't believe it exists.
Because I don't believe it exists.
Yeah, because I went the wrong way at age 21.
Because I went the wrong way at age 21.
And then breathe. I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing.
There's no forgiveness for going the wrong way.
There's no forgiveness for going the wrong way.
And losing opportunity and time.
And losing opportunity and time.
And then breathe. I forgive myself for, I want to say this, I forgive myself for blaming others.
Forgive myself for blaming others.
For the loss of my opportunities.
For the loss of my opportunities.
And the loss of my direction.
And the loss of my direction.
And then breathe. That's it. I forgive myself for believing.
Forgive myself for believing
I had to pretend that it was the responsibility was all on me
that I had to pretend that the responsibility was all on me
when I was really sad and grieving
when I was really sad and grieving
because people I really loved
because people I really loved
let me down
let me down.
and and they were a big part of me going the wrong way.
And they were a big part of me going the wrong way.
And then breathe. Yeah. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
that I can't trust people that I really like.
that I can't trust people that I really, really like.
I can't let people in my life who say they support me.
I can't let people in my life who say they support me.
Because at age 21,
Because at age 21,
those people, those people were a part of my decision to go the wrong way.
those people were part of my decision to go the wrong way.
And I never saw it coming.
And I never saw it coming.
Because they were really good people.
Because they were really good people.
At least they seemed that way.
At least they seemed that way.
And then, because of them,
I
missed opportunity.
I missed opportunity.
And then breathe. I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing
that I can't forgive those people.
That I can't forgive those people.
Because I took 100% of the responsibility.
Because I took 100% of the responsibility.
So that I wouldn't lose the relationship with them.
So that I wouldn't lose the relationship with them.
And then breathe. I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing
that I cannot handle knowing
that I cannot handle knowing
that those nice people had some of the responsibility.
That those nice people had some of the responsibility.
For my decision to go the wrong way.
For my decision to go the wrong way.
It wasn't 100% me.
It wasn't 100% me.
Because what they presented that I chose.
Because what they presented that I chose.
Would have been a great opportunity.
Would have been a great opportunity.
They just failed to deliver on what they promised.
They just failed to deliver on what they promised.
And then breathe. I forgive myself for believing.
Forgive myself for believing.
That, I can't take action or show up.
That I can't take action or show up.
With clients who love me.
With clients who love me.
And trust me.
And trust me.
And depend on me.
And depend on me.
Without me feeling this grief.
Without me feeling this grief.
That nice people made me go the wrong way.
That nice people made me go the wrong way.
And caused me to lose all the opportunity.
And caused me to lose all the opportunity.
That I might have had if I hadn't made these decisions.
That I might have had if I hadn't made these decisions.
And then breathe. I forgive the I tear down the idol.
I tear down the idol.
To these friendships and relationships from age 21.
To these friendships and relationships from age 21.
So that I can forgive them.
So that I can forgive them.
For failing to deliver on what they promised.
For failing to deliver on what they promised.
And for for knowing they weren't going to be able to deliver it.
And for knowing that they weren't going to be able to deliver it.
And for using me.
For using me.
So that I missed out on an opportunity.
So that I missed out on an opportunity.
That was actually legit.
That was actually legit.
And then breathe. So in my head, I'm thinking, you know, you just had this hostile environment. It's like you're missing out. Like creating an EPT practice is legit. It is absolutely, it's absolutely legit. And you're like hammering it out with these people who are hostile to you. You're having this bad experience in this other job while you have something that's legit. It's like, I feel like there's this unfinished business with the people that promised something when you were 21.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're creating to resolve the conflict. You get into a group that is horrible, you know, and then you hope that it's going to come out better, and then you still go, why didn't I start sooner with EPT? You know, they also stood in the way of my opportunity. You know, I'm looking for people to stand in the way of the opportunity so I can fix what happened when I was 21. That's the unresolved conflict.
Yeah. Well, and every scenario that I've been in, as doing the traditional talk therapy, it's all been, and I didn't connect these dots until just now, but have been very much the same. Like for the first month to 6 weeks, everything seems great. And I feel like, oh, this is a good spot. This is going to be really stable. And, and I can, build EPT, on the side. But then inevitably it just turns into this chaotic mess that just sucks all my time and energy and becomes a hostile situation.
Yeah. Well, and then it gets in the way of the opportunity you could have.
Yeah.
It's like it reminds you one more time, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
I should have done it sooner. I should have left sooner. I should have built this practice sooner so I didn't go through this again. So I'm saying all that because I want to put to rest this conflict with these people that you haven't, that you didn't forgive because you blamed yourself for the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You blamed yourself for going the wrong way. Like that was it, because you could control that. You couldn't control them being nice.
Yeah.
So have you, so I'm going to do this. I forgive myself for believing.
I forgive myself for believing
that it's a waste of time to forgive these people at age 21.
That it's a waste of time to forgive these people at age 21.
Because forgiveness won't get my opportunity and time back.
Because forgiveness won't get my opportunity and time back.
And then breathe. Oh, that feels better. I forgive myself for believing it's a waste of time to forgive these people when I was 21.
I forgive myself for believing that it's a waste of time to forgive these people when I was 21.
Because, wow. Because I might have the same situation happen. If I forgive them, they'll hurt me more.
Because I might have the same situation happen. And if I forgive them, they'll hurt me more.
Yeah, or they'll take advantage of me again.
Or they'll take advantage of me again.
That's it. Yeah. And then breathe. I forgive myself for believing that by taking 100% responsibility for this.
I forgive myself for believing that by taking 100% responsibility for this.
this situation at age 21,
the situation at age 21,
then I can prevent this ever happening again in my life,
then I can prevent this ever happening again in my life,
where I miss opportunity,
where I miss opportunity,
or I go the wrong, or I get hurt by people who love me. That's it. Or I get hurt by people who I love
who love me and that I love
and that I trust.
and that I trust.
That's it. Yeah. I forgive myself for believing
I forgive myself for believing
that it's a bad thing to forgive these people,
that it's a bad thing to forgive these people,
and it will cause more pain in my life if I forgive them.
and it will cause more pain in my life if I forgive them.
When in fact,
By not forgiving them,
my brain is continually drawing the same thing in to resolve the conflict.
my brain is continually drawing the same thing in to resolve the conflict.
And then breathe. I forgive myself for believing I can't forgive them.
Forgive myself for believing that I can't forgive them.
And then breathe. Yeah, I forgive myself for believing it's a waste of time to forgive them.
Forgive myself for believing that it's a waste of time to forgive them.
If I don't get the time and the opportunity that I lost back.
It broke up.
Okay, I forgive myself for believing
Forgive myself for believing
that it's a waste of time to forgive these people at age 21.
that it's a waste of time to forgive these people at age 21
because I'm never going to get the time and lost opportunity back.
because I'm never going to get the time and lost opportunity back.
And then breathe. Yeah. I forgive myself for holding on.
I forgive myself for holding on
to time and lost opportunity.
to time and lost opportunity.
Well, I want to say holding on to lost time and lost opportunity.
Holding on to lost time and lost opportunity.
That doesn't even exist anymore.
That doesn't even exist anymore.
I say yes.
I say yes
to this lost time and lost opportunity.
To this lost time and lost opportunity.
That I keep recreating.
That I keep recreating.
And I call it up.
And I call it up.
And I release it.
And I release it.
From my body, mind, and spirit.
From my body, mind, and spirit.
And then breathe. Without this fixation.
Without this fixation.
Of lost opportunity and lost time.
Of lost opportunity and lost time.
I open up massive space.
I open up massive space.
Where I have all the time and opportunity.
Where I have all the time and opportunity.
Even more.
Even more.
Than I ever lost at age 21.
Than I ever lost at age 21.
And wow, and then breathe. Oh, I felt that come in. That was nice. Oh, it's feeling so good. I forgive myself for not forgiving these people sooner.
I forgive myself for not forgiving these people sooner.
And in forgiving them.
And in forgiving them.
Honoring their part in the lost time and lost opportunity I experienced in my life.
Honoring their part in the lost opportunity and lost time and
in my life. Yeah. And then breathe. Without this without this conflict.
Without this conflict.
I am free to accept.
I am free to accept.
the lost time,
the lost time,
and the lost opportunity at age 21
and the lost opportunity at age 21
was not all my fault.
was not all my fault.
And there was nothing I could do
There was nothing I could do
to prevent that from happening.
to prevent that from happening.
And then breathe. Even if
Even if
I took 100% responsibility
I took 100% responsibility
when it's not true,
when it's not true,
I couldn't get back the lost opportunity and time
I couldn't get back the lost opportunity in time
from age 21.
from age 21.
And then breathe. Without this pattern,
Without this pattern,
now I'm going to go back. One reason I'm really grateful
one reason I'm really grateful
for those people at age 21,
for those people at age 21,
because they showed me
because they showed me
that I could, well, they showed me that I can be in a relationship that I really enjoy.
they showed me that I can be in a relationship that I really enjoy,
That matters to me.
that matters to me.
And that, yeah, and then breathe. And another reason I'm grateful.
And another reason I'm grateful,
Wow, they showed me
they showed me
how much I value love relationships in my life
how much I value love relationships in my life
and how important they are for me,
and how important they are for me,
even when it doesn't go the way I want.
even when it doesn't go the way I want.
I don't have to carry the burden of being responsible for everything bad other people do.
I don't have to carry the burden of being responsible for everything bad that other people do.
To have healthy love relationships in my life
To have healthy love relationships in my life
and to enjoy those relationships.
and to enjoy those relationships.
I can forgive people
I can forgive people
for disappointing me
for disappointing me
and failing to meet my expectations.
and failing to meet my expectations.
And then breathe. Without this pattern,
Without this pattern,
I am free
I'm free
to, wow, to accept
to accept
my EPT opportunity is still huge in my life.
my EPT opportunity is still huge in my life.
It never went away.
Never went away.
It sat there and waited for me
It sat there and waited for me
while I tried to resolve this problem with these people from age 21.
while I tried to resolve this problem with these people from age 21.
And now
And now
I can have I can take this opportunity,
I can take this opportunity,
creating an EPT business,
creating an EPT business,
being a extraordinary counselor
being an extraordinary counselor
that people love and trust
that people love and trust
without me feeling it's a waste of time.
without me feeling it's a waste of time.
And then breathe. Yay. So you can take those out of there if you want.
Yeah.
So do you have anything that's coming to mind? That was good.
Yeah, it was.
6.
I guess the only other thing that just pops to mind is just connecting with clients to
Yes.
begin moving forward. That's the only other thing I can think of.
Right. To figure out, well, and I'm thinking when they like you, that has repelled you
Mhm.
because of these people that liked you. Like
Yeah.
you've been afraid instead of saying, you know what? I know this is true about me. Maybe this one didn't work out, but before it went south, that was a really awesome experience of relationship. That's why it hurt so bad when it didn't work out,
Mhm.
because it was phenomenal. And you're strong enough to create a relationship that you don't have to be the one who takes responsibility for the disappointment they might cause in the relationship.
Yeah.
To keep the relationship. You don't have to do that anymore. Like that's going to change all of that with how you're working with people. That's huge. So I need you to say, without this pattern,
Without this pattern,
I am free to accept,
I'm free to accept.
uh, that I'm free to accept my role as an EPT practitioner and business person
I'm free to accept my role as an EPT practitioner and business person
without feeling afraid.
without feeling afraid
I'm going to cause one of my clients to go the wrong way.
that I'm going to cause one of my clients to go the wrong way.
And then breathe. That's what it is. Yeah. Without this pattern,
Without this pattern,
I am free to take the, I'm free to be the authority who helps people
I'm free to be the authority who helps people
with EPT
with EPT
without feeling afraid
without feeling afraid
that I'm gonna send them the wrong way,
that I'm going to send them the wrong way,
that I'm gonna screw it up like those authorities screwed it up,
that I'm going to screw it up like those authorities screwed it up,
and I'm gonna ruin somebody's opportunity for happiness,
and I'm going to ruin somebody's opportunity for happiness,
like those people did who were authorities over me.
like those people did who were authorities over me.
And then breathe. That's it. Without this pattern,
Without this pattern,
I am free
I'm free
to receive God's authority in my life.
to receive God's authority in my life,
God's authority to take action through me,
God's authority to take action through me,
to help others,
to help others,
to be happier
to be happier
and more fulfilled,
and more fulfilled,
and to take opportunities they never thought existed.
and to take opportunities they never thought existed.
And then breathe. Yeah. I give um, I give all the clients permission
I give all the clients permission
to forgive me
to forgive me
for letting this conflict with God's authority
for letting this conflict with God's authority
on my life
on my life
get in the way
get in the way
of me serving at a higher level
of me serving at a higher level
to change the world
to change the world,
one person at a time,
one person at a time,
one EPT session at a time,
one EPT session at a time,
and then breathe.
one
Without this,
safety magnet strapped to my head at a time.
yeah, that's right. Without this pattern,
Without this pattern,
wow, I invite God's authority
I invite God's authority
to settle on me,
to settle on me,
to be the authority
to be the authority
that takes action through me
that takes action through me,
yeah, um, so that I can help other people.
so that I can help other people.
go the right way.
Go the right way.
And then breathe. Now, without this pattern,
Without this pattern,
I increase my level of acceptance
I increase my level of acceptance
to the resistance I have felt
to the resistance that I've felt
with God's authority
with God's authority
resting on my life.
resting on my life
And then for me to give away.
for me to give away.
And then breathe. Oh, that feels good. I open my heart to receive God's authority in my life.
I open my heart to receive God's authority in my life.
And that, and now I know.
And now I know
I never went the wrong way.
I never went the wrong way.
That was exactly what I was supposed to do.
That was exactly what I was supposed to do
So that I could
so that I could
stop waging war with God's authority in my life
stop waging war with God's authority in my life
and accept
and accept
who I am,
who I am,
why I'm here,
why I'm here,
and start doing it.
and start doing it.
And then breathe. Wow, that feels better. So how do you feel?
A lot better.
A lot
Yeah.
better. I feel like that war with God's authority on you went before these people. These
Yeah.
people just gave you a reason to stay at war.
Yeah.
Like there, I knew it was that. I knew that's not what that God's authority isn't resting on my soul.
Yeah.
I mean, some lady said to me way back. I mean, we're talking when I was still in that place of, I don't know, like you are and where you've been. And some lady from the local Church of God said to me, do you know you have a gift of authority? And I thought, what is she talking about? And she said, you don't know that? And I'm like, oh, and it kind of bothered me because it took me a little time to accept that.
Yeah.
And I think you're there. That the authority you're taking is from God, that He's given to you to work with other people out of divine authority. And so when you speak to them, it comes out. It's amazing. There you come with words of authority that are straight from God for that person in that moment for them to change. And yeah. So I feel, let's see, I got stage of healing people. Yeah. Taking action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got stage 7. If I had to say what kind of action I would tell you to take, I'm going to tell you that, when the COVID thing hit, I'm like, ugh. And I felt like somebody put a mask over me right then. Like I can't breathe, I can't talk, I can't do what I'm here to do because I need to be with the person. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get really good at remote work. I'm going to bring it. And I learned that remote work is about 80% the same as a in-person session. And about 20% is not the same.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm good with that. So that's why I started doing these sessions, because I thought I'm going to fill my schedule and I'm going to get really good at remote because I want other people not to be in this position and I want them to know they can be really good at remote work too, in case this ever happens again.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I hope that, I think if you just, I think that you should start to be able to find those people that you're going to work with. I think it's been your rejection of God's authority in your life. So you're not, you're apologetic about what you want people, what action you'd like to see them take with you. Instead of just, I can help you, and if you want to try it, and maybe these little VIP passes would be the way to go, where you can hand them out.
Really good idea.
And I can even mail you one, and then you can copy it. Because I actually put the information on the card, and on the back it says emotional polarity technique has over 25 years of clinical success, ending all manner of physical and emotional pain and suffering in adults and children. And then it has my website and then the expiration. So I've got the information on the card, and so that they remember what I might have said to them when I say I can help you, and if you want to try it, come in for a VIP pass. And if it's not for you, that's okay. I'm going to give you the best. But, if you can get 45 minutes, you pretty much, people know they want more.
Yeah.
So, and $49 is a gimme price right now for a world that is like in a mess right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, anyway, yeah, I did that. I did the little round edges. My favorite, those big cards that are smooth. And anyway, and I put the price on there. And that way it allows you to get people into a consult, and they pay you for the consult.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of walking away and saying, no, I don't want to buy a package, or maybe I'll do one. They've already done one. Now they just have to decide, do you want to pay for them all at once, or do you want to pay for them one at a time?
Yeah.
So yeah, because you're going to show up even more so than you've ever in the past, is what I think. Well, do you have a website?
No.
No website.
No. I've heard people talk about Squarespace as a good option to build one yourself. I've tried using Wix before, and it just wasn't very user friendly.
Right.
To me, anyway.
The other thing is log your stinking hours and get your CPAP and just write them in there. I know you've had 100 hours. Just get them in there.
If you take payment via Square, you can set up your appointments in there, and they have like a little store that you can build for free if you want